that
Yeah.
this whole
Well,
thing popped up on.
I wasn't dispelling shit. I said how I felt about it, and I'm gonna say it
Oh,
again if it pops up again.
what's that? What you say, bro?
Damn it. Hell, what
But
King George said, if you gonna leave, go ahead and go. Hell.
well, again, so there was that. Um, it it's so much. Um, make sure I get all this. Not your drinks.
You said Final Four. I don't think we already made our Final Four picks.
Yeah, no,
I,
no. I just
I
want to make
got
sure everybody knew the Final
You
Four is being
I
you
played
got
said
tomorrow.
I got one thing to say about the Final Four, and then I'm done. It's for the women's side. Asia Wilson had a pop up. I meant to tell you to go get me some shoes today, and I forgot. Had a pop up for her shoe release in Tampa today. She did a special release with the University of Texas last night. Texas was in practice today with her shoes on. University of South Carolina cannot wear them because they're Under Armour school,
Yeah, and she signed with Nike.
and she signed to Nike. Now I
yeah.
know they got pairs because she ain't gonna not give them pairs, but they can't even be photographed in them.
Damn.
Well, um, I know this is basketball again, but we here. I want to make sure I don't mess his name up. Luke uh Del Delestio. I hope I'm saying that right. At Fayetteville State did not get a contract extension. So Fayetteville State will be looking for a head coach.
Yep.
Also in the news, it is rumored that from Golden State Warriors ball report is rumoring that Jonathan Kaminga is seeking a 5-year, $224 million contract.
Damn.
I don't even know who
For
the hell
what?
that is.
Jonathan
He's
Kaminga.
he's supposed to be the future of the Warriors, and I know Jamal just being petty right now. Um, um, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know how it's gonna go, but we'll see how that goes. Um, the Raiders.
Remember, Dennis Schroeder didn't sign that deal that the Lakers offered him. Then he went to Atlanta for a pack of annihilators.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same situation.
All right. So I'm gonna get to some football. The Raiders. The Raiders signed Geno Smith, 2 years, $75 million.
Hey, Gino collecting checks, man.
Yeah.
He
But watch
collecting
this.
checks.
But watch this. The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh Lord, don't tell, don't say it. We signed. We traded for Joe Milton.
You we knew, and it's been the worst kept secret that Joe Milton has improved as a quarterback,
Yeah,
and they had to get him out of New England because it was going to be a problem.
How do you feel about that, Doc?
I mean, at first, we talked about last year, right? We said Joe Milton had the best arm, but the worst mechanics. Like we know he could throw the bomb. We know he could throw a little bit intermediate. But could he check that? You know what I'm saying? Could he throw the check down? Could he throw short? He couldn't do that last year. No, he couldn't do that when he got out of college. So if
Mm-hmm.
he improved since coming out of Tennessee, that's a good thing. That's a great thing.
See, a lot of these strong arm quarterbacks be having the same issue.
Mm-hmm.
You can throw it a mile, but you can't pitch it 2 yards. Look at A Rich.
Nope.
Look at A Rich. So
Look at Will Levis.
Yeah, Will Levis, all them strong arm guys, right? I just feel like in the right system, give him the opportunity, and he could potentially be successful. Now you got CJ, you got CD Lamb, you got Turpin, so you got some speedy guys out there at receiver, right? They still got Brandon Cooks, right?
No, he went to the he went back to the Saints from what I heard.
Okay.
Yeah, he just went back to the Saints.
But outside of that, you got CD Lamb and you got a quarterback they can throw it 75 yards. You got to stretch the field. You got to put pressure on them safeties. And when you do that, you make them bag up. And what does that open up, Doc?
Open up the long game.
The long game.
Now we can run the ball. Because them safeties ain't in the box. You got to respect CD Lamb's speed.
The original CD don't even got that kind of speed. CD only run a 4.5.
CD has this deceptive speed and this ability to get deep on corners before they realize it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that matters just as much as having 4.2 speed.
Right.
CD is a crazy route runner. He runs very crisp routes.
He does. He does. Can Joe Milton develop into somebody that can make a read and deliver a ball to a receiver that's running great routes? You don't want to waste the receiver that can run good routes with a quarterback who can't put it there where they need it to be.
Right.
See the way Peyton Manning orchestrated offense was, you gonna be here because this is where I'm throwing the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm throwing it to a spot.
Throw the receiver to a spot.
Yeah, what a receiver's supposed to be. I can't tell you how many times I've seen him yelling at a receiver. Like, if it's an incomplete pass, it wasn't his fault.
Nope. Because he told him where he was throwing the ball, so get there.
Yep.
Exactly.
That was it.
But I think that's what it means to play quarterback in the NFL, is you got to be able to throw the ball to a spot. CJ Stroud is a great spot thrower. I'm going to put it here. You need to be there. That's why we've had a revamping in the wide receivers that we have, because guys weren't where they were supposed to be. And that's killing the offense.
Right.
Yeah, if the quarterback gotta wait till you do all your fancy shit to open up so he can throw, yeah. By that time he got hit. He ain't getting up off the ground. You still running.
Right.
I'm just saying, hey, no. Y'all know what I mean. We've seen what is that dude name? Route Killer. What is that man name? Route something. But anyway,
The
we've
Route
seen
King.
we know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I thought you was gonna say DK.
Hey, I like DK. Shut up.
DK runs decent routes though for
He do.
his size.
Okay.
And athletic ability, he couples that with the ability to run decent routes, which is
and he is what, 6'6"?
6'4".
DK Metcalf 6'4".
6'4"? Somebody lying then. I swear they had that man listed at 6'6" twice.
I'm just waiting until him and George Pickens crash out.
They ain't got no quarterback right now.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, they out there catching balls from the ball boy.
I just can't wait till NFL young boy and DK Donkey Kong Metcalf just crash out.
So who's going to quarterback in Pittsburgh this year?
Pittsburgh don't even know.
Shit.
You got George Pickens and DK Metcalf. Who's throwing the ball?
Better go dig up Ben Roethlisberger.
Ain't no way.
He ain't dead yet.
Ain't no way. I'm the coach of an NFL. I mean, I'm the head. I'm Mike Tomlin, and I'm waiting on
Mike Tomlin.
I'm waiting on Aaron Rodgers. He would have been better off trading for Joe Milton.
He's really not waiting on Aaron Rodgers. He's waiting. he's waiting to see what's available. Like Aaron Rodgers would be, he's not like Aaron Rodgers would have been good if they got him 4 years ago,
I believe he
and
already.
then that was a stretch. But now he's long in the tooth, man, and like he showed last year, he ain't the same. He's
I
not the
need
same quarterback.
I need to see Mike Tomlin punch Aaron Rodgers in the face in the middle of a game. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Soon as he come into the locker room with his conspiracy theories, Mike gonna cuss him out and start swinging. Leave
I'm
it
just
alone.
he is not that he ain't that coach that will put up with Aaron Rodgers and
Bullshit.
Nope.
he's not that coach. So I don't Aaron Rodgers doesn't even want to be there. But
But
where else he
I
gonna
was
go?
about to say that. That's because he know that. He know there is no space for him and his bullshit in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And another
And
thing that he has to understand, the organization isn't going to pick him over Tomlin. The
no,
Jets,
they're
the
not.
Jets clearly picked Rodgers over Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
And that's gonna
So
bite them in the
and
ass.
the Packers chose him over Mike McCarthy.
That
So
what happened. And McCarthy got the boot and came to Dallas.
yep,
No, but the city of Pittsburgh and the Pittsburgh organization not getting rid of Mike Tomlin and fucking Aaron Rodgers.
Man, please, boy,
No,
that when was the last time that Pittsburgh ever got rid of a coach? The last time Pittsburgh,
they
the
don't.
Pittsburgh, no, I'm just saying, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the last time the Pittsburgh Steelers got rid of a coach was before Chuck Noll became the head coach of the team.
Everybody
When
else
they were
retires.
terrible.
Yeah,
Yes,
if you
everybody
get
else
hired there and
retired.
you doing good, you're retired.
what was the quarterback? I mean, what was the coach that won the 4 Super Bowls?
Chuck
Chuck
no.
Noll.
Chuck
Chuck
Noll.
Noll. Chuck Noll
And
was there for almost it's over 20 years. He was there for over 20 years. He retired. They named Bill Cowher the head football coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That man was there for almost 20 years. And then
bring in
you
Mike
might
Tomlin.
you might bring in Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin was already on the staff. He was
Yeah.
the defensive coordinator.
All
And,
right.
and guess what? Bring him up.
So the last time they fired a coach was 1972.
And Jesus.
That was the last time they fired a coach.
Yeah, because they was terrible.
And
All
then
right.
usher in the steel curtain, and the rest is history, as they say. They've only had 3 coaches since
Mhm.
1972.
You know, we are having such a wonderful evening and it's been so peaceful.
And here you go
Um,
with some fuckery.
Marlo, what we say about that school in Daytona?
I wouldn't even go in there. But I just want y'all to hear me out for a second. Just hear me out. All right. So today, Jameis Winston gave his farewell to Cleveland, and said he even got to play in the snow, um, because he's moving on to the New York Jets. And
More snow.
we often on this podcast, and it's my fault because I allow such vitriol to be spewed about one of the Buccaneers' greatest quarterbacks. I allow
God damn. I was just jumped off real quick. Oh my God. You about to come back and get on your ass, man.
He on the way to your house right now.
Right there.
okay, so that wasn't expected. But Jameis Winston is going to be in New York, and he's going to be competing with neighbor lady Russell Wilson. By the way, Sierra, Love the new video.
I bet you do.
He's gonna be competing with Russell Wilson for the QB1 job in New York, and J-Bo said that he is gonna act like he's QB1 from day one. So I feel like J-Bo got a shot to win the job.
J-Bo ain't got no damn Super Bowl nor playoff win under his belt. He ain't winning shit.
He got a national championship and a hell of a lot of pregame speeches.
He do, and that's it.
Who was real quiet in Orlando
But
today?
we got to also look at the fact that there's a chance the Giants draft Shadur Sanders.
Right.
Even with everything else that's going on. So what happens to Jameis if they draft Shadur? Is he now a third string?
I'm gonna say this with my chest. I think
You
J-Bo
get
being younger starts over Russell. And then at some point,
I
middle
don't
of the
see it.
season,
I don't see
It
I don't
it.
won't
see.
And
I
matter.
if
don't see
they
that.
I don't
But
see it. And if they draft Shador, then J-Bo gets cut.
No, I don't think he gets
Somebody
cut.
getting that.
I think he gets kept on the roster in the emergency quarterback, clipboard holder type situation. You don't go down the two quarterbacks when you have a rookie quarterback and somebody that's like he 36 now. I
Yeah.
think Russell's 36. So you got to have a third quarterback. And J-Bo is one of those people that, like, if you have him at third string, he's still gonna prepare like he's starting. He's still gonna be full of energy.
Yeah.
Just good for the locker room in general. So I feel like them keeping J-Bo is gonna be a good thing for Shador. He'll give him the tutelage on how to prepare. I don't know if Russell Wilson wants to be anybody's mentor. He wasn't Justin Fields' mentor. So I think J-Bo is a willing person to that. You know what I mean? So I think that's why they have him on the roster, because they don't know if Russell Wilson is going to be that, that father figure, that veteran.
Russell got a house full of
Be alone.
kids. He ain't got time to be everybody daddy.
He not wrong. He not wrong.
No, hey, I get it.
Every time that lady posts a picture, Russell is talking about having more kids.
But
that man ain't got time to be everybody. I agree. As a veteran,
as a veteran, it's your job to mentor the next wave if you want the team that you're on to be successful. If you don't care about that team being successful,
100% agree with you.
You ain't gonna do shit.
I don't think he give a fuck. I think he wants to throw the football and go home and try and get Sierra pregnant again. I don't think that man give a fuck about none of that.
Come on, baby, let's try for another kid.
Bro, that lady posted a picture for Carnival, and bro said we can name him Cinco on the picture.
Marlo, what did you have to say about all this?
It's been real quiet. I don't know what's going on with Marlo, y'all. I don't know. Like, I even set it up on purpose. I don't know what's going on. We'll have to check and see if he has some technical difficulties. Wow, that I just again I can understand and respect Russell Wilson's dilemma.
What dilemma?
He's trying to stay focused, and she keep egging him on, and it's hard for him to stay focused. So we could probably blame last season on Sierra as to why he wasn't focused.
Shit, Russell's gonna go to the house and smack that ass. What you talking about,
bro?
Let's go.
I just, and I know this is off topic, but some dude posted a video of a automated lifeguard in Africa, and it just go out there in the water. And I guess we at the point now where we're saying we don't care how much police post pictures in front of that water. We ain't going out there with them sharks. We're gonna get this remote control boat and go get them people and be safe, and she can be cute next to that water. We ain't doing.
Hey, sidebar. Terrence Mann has been named assistant GM for Florida State
You just
basketball.
want to start. You just want to start some shit. That's what it is. You just want.
Are you
This your
serious?
fucking school you love so damn much?
So
Are you
here's the
serious?
thing. Yes, he
Yeah,
really
bro.
is the assistant general manager.
Terrence Mann is the assistant general manager for Florida State basketball.
So he's the second active player to become an assistant manager, to become a general manager of a basketball team, of a college basketball team.
Yep.
Because Steph is the first.
Yep.
When you don't spend money on the coach, I guess you can make moves like that.
I guess so. That's
And
crazy.
if you wonder why I have an attitude, there's a point guard from Michigan that I was told that we were going to be able to sign because the assistant coach that we hired had a relationship with said player. That player is now in Coral Gables. All, all I know,
They just fucked your whole world up.
Bruh.
all all I know is I don't want to hear nothing about we need resources. I don't want to hear. You better be 500 in the ACC next year because we are paying attention. And again, we are taking losses in places that we should not. And we have a dude who was not an athletic director anywhere else. And I like some of the moves Ski Mask has made, but some of them have me scratching my head.
I mean, a
This
broke
came
clock right twice, so it's on par.
so y'all was all them people that was up in arms about what went on the good side of Game Street. Understand on the other side of Game Street, I want y'all to keep that same energy, the exact same energy when I start down my little road.
I mean, y'all know what. So let's get back to the general manager position in college sports, right?
Yeah,
They ain't nothing but a glorified recruiter. That's it.
exactly. He's an ambassador. He's an ambassador. We just
Yeah,
wanted to give it
because
a
when I
fancy
think of
name.
general manager, what he should be doing is the athletic director's job. So if he's doing the athletic director's job, then what is the athletic director doing?
Is this a safe space? This is a safe space.
Always.
You make a dude an ambassador when you want to try and get him to donate large sums of money.
Like Chad Johnson.
Oh,
Chad Johnson.
you know what? Let's go. Let's
Why the fuck is you
let
bringing
me
that
go.
up?
Yep, let me go ahead and go to commercial right now because I'm gonna tell you right now. That's going yeah, I'm a better ambassador. That being said, we'll be right back after this commercial. Don't start, that won't be nothing. Speaking of Twitter beefs, so uh, before the new year, um, I was awakened to Florida State news that I had not expected. 6 former Florida State basketball players decided to sue Leonard Hamilton because of missed NIL payments. And at first, I didn't know how to respond because I didn't have all the information. So shout out to Fries No Slaw, TJ Pinger. His podcast has had attorney Rohan on and explained all of the facts of the case. I don't care about who wins the case, who's right or wrong. What I care about is that there are coaches, the head coach, one of them, sending text messages about payments to players from the NIL collective. Wait for it. Fucking Rising Spear. For those who don't know, Rising Spear has been suspended from doing business with Florida State for the last year. I might have broke up, so let me say that again. Rising Spear has been suspended from doing business with Florida State for the last year. Apparently, Rising Spear was supposed to pay each of these players $250,000. Again, I want to start off by saying, fuck Rising Spear, their CEO, and everything he stands for. I hope he stub his toe every morning at 3 a.m. when he wake up. That's how I feel. You know what I love about that clip? I love Jay in that clip. Jay come from behind that mic and get that look. That's the best part of that whole little clip. I love that clip.
You got to get him back on the show. Hey, you got to get him back on the show after this Alabama A&M news.
She took a timely sabbatical. To get, she takes sabbaticals from social media to recharge.
Yeah.
And so once she comes back on, when I see her posting, I'll try and get on the show. It's hilarious. Like, I love her. I met her in person. She's absolutely
funny.
Yeah, she's an absolute joy.
She's funny. Hey, we were talking to her at media day, and then all you heard was it's like, man, they go goddamn Connell Maynard barking like a fucking dog again.
You know what? We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. All right. So the draft is coming up. And there are so many rumors out there. I'm not necessarily impressed with this class. I think this is a veteran, like long-term veteran class, not necessarily superstar class.
Not a breakout superstar class. Fine. I'm not the only one. Great.
But since the Raiders have spent this money on this quarterback, you got a tight end, you got a number 2 wide receiver. Anything other in this first round, anything other than a number 1 wide receiver, and I don't know who that is, a number 1 wide receiver, or Ashton Genty. I don't know how I'm gonna buy somebody tow yard and buy their tow trucks, but understand I'm gonna be trying, because we towing cars. Just understand that's where I'm at with it in life. Also, I'm not gonna commit no crimes, but that's how I feel about it right now. Oh wait, you know what? Let me put the disclaimer up real quick. Let me put the disclaimer up.
Got us
Hey,
in there.
do y'all see this foolishness that Troy put up on the screen?
That's what I was laughing at.
So,
man,
Fat Mouth Sports is not going to tow anybody's car. That is not what Fat Mouth Sports does.
You give my little truck, he will, for a good amount of price.
I don't know what's going on with Marlo. But Ashton Genty should be the Raiders' number 1 pick. Period. Point blank.
Pete Carroll is known for being a defensive guy and someone who controls the clock on offense with a strong, very strong running game. He did it at USC. He did it at Seattle. The only player in the draft that fits this model, I ain't gonna say only, because a lot of people are not talking about him, but there's another great running back in this draft. His name is Omarion Hampton. So if Ashton Genty is too rich of a pick at number 6, which I don't think he is, I think he should be a top 10. Raiders should get Ashton Genty because he is a powerful back. He's not just a scat back. Like, take all the thoughts that you have because you see the numbers, you see the yard per carry, you think, oh, this guy is, he's just fast. He get in the open field and that's all he does. No, he breaks tackles. He takes defenders on sometimes too much. He's gonna have to tone that down and use his agility a little more in the NFL. But for Pete Carroll, this fits. Ashton Genty is about the same size as Marshawn Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
We all know how physical Marshawn Lynch was. Marshawn Lynch wasn't the biggest running back. Believe it or not, he was only 215 pounds. What is Ashton Genty? 5'10", 215 pounds. This is an opportunity for Pete Carroll to get somebody that's going to fit his system, fit what he wants to do on offense. Quarterback's best friend. It's a path forward, especially after you let Josh Jacobs walk.
Can you hear me now?
So I agree.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So I agree. Ashton Genty is the pick at number 6.
See, I'm good. I'm so good with that.
That's if he's there. That's if he's there.
He might not be there at 6, bro.
He is a
Somebody
generational.
might snap him up early.
Look at what the Eagles was able to do with Saquon Barkley this year, right? Look how the Ravens brought in Derrick Henry and their offense took off. The Packers bring in Josh Jacobs, their offense took off. The Texans bring in Joe Mixon, the offense takes off. Running backs are back.
Mm-hmm.
The need for a bell cow running back has become evident because of this too high meta. The too high meta is what brought back the running back. Now we had conversations with, they was talking about coaches saying, oh, they need to ban too high safeties. It's ruining the game. No, run the fucking ball. Stop letting them keep their safeties back. Make them respect you. They got 2 safeties beat because they don't respect you. That's the issue.
They don't respect your buddy.
So you bring in an Ashton Genty, they gonna respect you. They gonna probably over respect you. They gonna have now. You gonna have 8 in the box. Now can your quarterback be single high? And then we gonna find out who your quarterback really is. So
hey, that's the problem. They don't want all these high process quarterbacks to get exposed.
they gonna get fucking exposed because now it's too high, and that's how they're able to, you know what I mean? That's why the numbers aren't off the charts because of the too high safety. No, it's like that because they don't fucking respect your running game.
Good thing Tom Brady don't retire because he definitely would have got that shit banned with the quickness.
They wouldn't have been able to do that against Tom Brady because Tom Brady's smart enough to check down to a run. Peyton Manning was smart enough to check down to a run. When I see all them people in the box, I'm checking to a pass.
Mm-hmm.
Your quarterback has 2 jobs. One of them is to make sure that you're in the best play, whether it be a pass or a run. So that's his first job. Then his second job is either handing the ball off or delivering the ball accurately and on time. But the first job is always making sure we got the right play call. We in the right formation. We in the right everything based on what I'm looking at across the line of scrimmage. And nobody did it better than Peyton.
Okay. All right.
But it ain't no Peyton in this draft, so I don't know what. We got Cam
Yeah,
Ward.
I mean, what? No, never mind. I'm thinking about Brady. Never mind. I was like, hell, he wasn't even really Brady when he was drafted. Man. Never mind.
Nah, but look, but I'll use a quarterback that kind of fits. Again, this is like y'all have to understand something about me. I loved Cam Newton when he played in the NFL. I thought he was great at everything that he did. He could throw the
We
ball,
all
he could
did
run the
until
ball.
the refs let him get killed every damn Sunday.
Yeah, that was the problem. They was letting him take hits that he should not have been taking hits because if it was anybody else, flags would have been.
They would have flagged.
But
yep.
Cam Newton had they gave him the authority to change plays at the line of scrimmage and make sure they were in the right play because he could identify defenses. He could put his team in the best situation to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it fell apart against Denver, but Von Miller is generational, so I get it. That pass rush was crazy. There was nothing they could do. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't throw the ball. He was checking to the run. They when they got 7 in the box and they still stopping you with in the backfield. It was literally nothing they could do. So outside of that, Cam Newton always made sure that his team was in the right situation. Now let's fast forward to right now. Who has that authority? Look at the way Jalen Hurts plays. Look at the way Jaden Daniels, who was a rookie last year, they gave him full authority of that offense. In the offseason, they tailored that offense to him. And then when the season started, they gave him the authority to do what he needed to do to get them down the field.
And they showed they won the game.
You know who wasn't given that opportunity? CJ Stroud. And we see how that offense struggled. Because I guarantee you there would have been way more runs called if CJ Stroud was given the authority to check out of some of these dumbass pass plays we were running.
Oh, man.
It's all about how you plan on building your team. If Tennessee, with the number 1 pick, takes Cam Ward and they treat him the same way they treated Will Levis, he will have the same fizzle out effect. It will not end well. They have been historically bad with how they manage their quarterbacks because they don't give them the reins to the offense. Jacksonville Jaguars is another example, and how
We
they
got a new coach though.
Trevor Lawrence.
We got a new coach. We got a new coach. Let's see how it goes.
This has transcended coaches because none of the coaches have allowed that. Not since.
But
damn.
look, I'm always defend my Jaguars. We also got an owner that don't know how to be a motherfucking owner. That last owners group, with that last owners group we had, you absolutely right. The last owners group wouldn't allow nobody to do their job. The GM couldn't do his job. President of football operations couldn't do his job. The coach damn near couldn't coach. Absolutely. Jacksonville historically has had an ownership problem.
When you have red tape everywhere within your organization, people can't do their job. Doc,
Was that?
Talk about the same owner that went and hired Urban Myers.
Nah, those, I
Same.
think, yeah, that dude, he had just bought the team when that happened. Shad
But he
Khan had
went out
just
and
got the
went
team.
and he asked Urban Meyer to come and coach them.
Yeah.
Like, it was a bunch of good coaches out there. He went and picked Urban Meyer, who was already retired from Ohio State. That's just
Urban Meyer,
Urban Meyer is a great coach,
retired, but that wasn't a bad hire for football reasons. That wasn't a bad hire.
It's
he was
not.
an absolute terrible professional coach. He was terrible.
How long
The
was he a
players
professional
hated
coach?
him.
Well,
That's because he was trying to run it like it was a college.
That's why it's a terrible pick.
But you don't know he gonna do that until he gets there.
Urban Meyer is a great coach.
Oh, well, we can say the
But
same.
he's a great college coach. So
We
here's
can
the
say
thing.
that. We can say the same thing about Steve Spurrier.
Steve Spurrier
You
is
can
another
exactly
example.
say the same thing.
He was a great college coach who did not translate to the NFL. There's a reason Nick Saban left LSU, went to the league, realized that shit wasn't gonna work, and went back to
brought
college
his
football.
ass back. Exactly.
You know, Steve Spurrier said that he didn't have to work more than 40 hours a week. That's what happened to Steve Spurrier. Every other coach in the league was like, I'm going to outwork you and show you you don't belong. That's what happened to Steve Spurrier. His ego happened to him.
You have to put the time in. If you
The same thing with Urban Meyer. His ego was, he tried to be bigger than professional football. And it is literally
there for
impossible.
10 minutes, bro.
Yeah,
but he wasn't even flying back with the team.
Because he was in the bar with a chick.
You at the bar on a away game with a chick and not flying back with your team.
But your players can't be late to meetings.
Terrible.
Look, he said, I'll see y'all on Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Tuesday.
No. But being late for a meeting on Monday and me out fondling titties on Saturday night are two different things. And that's all he was trying to say. You better not be late for work on Monday. It don't matter what I do on Saturday. You better not be late on Monday.
There's a level of professionalism, right? Gerard Mayo flew back with his team. And they were mad because he was on the plane playing cards with him. So there's a certain
at the 1 year.
there's a certain way they expect.
Exactly 1 year.
There's a certain way they expect you to act. And Gerard Mayo, I think he didn't understand the blurred line between coach and player. There wasn't a definitive line to where he was the authoritarian, and the ownership probably didn't like his friendliness with the players because it didn't translate to enough wins. But he also wasn't given all of the tools to succeed in his first year either. So we didn't really get to see whether or not he was a good or bad coach. I feel like they had some strides this season. I feel like he put the team in good situations. He used what he had. They had Stevenson and running back. We're going to run the ball. We're going to keep the down and distance short. We're going to make the game sloppy, and we're going to try to pull it out in the fourth quarter. He used what he had available. They didn't want to give him Drake May to start the season. So now we got me a rookie quarterback and a rookie coach, but I can't play my rookie quarterback because y'all are afraid that he'll get hurt. And y'all worried about the future of the organization outside of me developing him in his rookie year. Imagine if D'Amico Ryans came to Houston and was like, no, they said, no, we're not letting CJ play his first year. We would have been terrible, and D'Amico probably might have been out of a job, even though he had been a great defensive coordinator for the 49ers just based on merit alone. So the teams, when you bring in a new coach and you bring in a new quarterback, you're supposed to first let it be his guy. Mm-hmm. And that wasn't somebody that he drafted. He was hired to pretty much be a placeholder till Vrabel got there. And let's just call a spade a spade. So, like, whatever reason y'all want to say that y'all fired him, I know what it was. Y'all use y'all rule. Y'all got it out the way. Hey, we've had a black coach. Y'all can say, oh, we've had a black coach in the last 25 years.
Right.
We don't want to hear that bullshit because we know that it was only to save face.
Mm-hmm. When they hired him, I called it. When they hired him, I said the same damn thing. He ain't gonna be that long. Just showing him he gotta make the playoffs.
The Raiders,
even if they bounce and he's still gonna be out of here.
The Raiders did the same thing.
Well, they're the Raiders.
We checked the box. We checked the box. We have had a black quarterback in our history. I mean, a black coach in our history, because the Patriots had never had a black coach and the Raiders had never had a black coach, but now they have, and they can say that.
Nah, the Raiders did have a black coach. It was Arshell.
Arshell, yeah, I forgot, going way back.
We had Arshell twice.
Yeah, I forgot about Arshell, but you know, in recent history, they checked the box. They didn't give Antonio Pierce a fair shot. But the people that was very critical of his coaching decisions as well. In his first year, he made some very poor coaching decisions.
In fact, they didn't give Hugh Jackson a fair shot either.
Hugh Jackson didn't get a fair shot in Cleveland.
Hold on. No, we're not doing that. He told the whole world he signed up to lose games so they could get a number one draft pick. And then you waited. Hold on. He waited until your boy filed his lawsuit to go, oh, yeah, this is what happened to me. It is not your job to make it harder for the next coach. It is your job to make it easier for the next black coach. And he made it harder for the next black coach. That's my only criticism about Hugh and what happened at Grambling. But those are my only criticisms of Hugh.
He has not been a good head coach.
But who told him
anywhere?
Who told him to tank though? It was the organization.
It is his job to tank because the organization told him. Antonio Pierce was told to tank also. And this won 3 games in a row.
And that's why he got fired.
They sloppily won 3 games in a row, though.
It's players that should not have been starting so that we could assure ourselves of the number 2 draft pick. When we had
I feel like they tried to lose and the other team just tried to lose harder.
Mm-hmm.
It was a battle of who can be bad. And at some point, some got to break because you still got to play the game.
Yeah. Oh, man. And then once we lost the number 2 position, they went back to losing. I don't. I
Are
didn't.
you trying to win? Are you trying to get better? I didn't know what the fuck the Raiders were doing. I seen very bad coaching decisions that made me scratch my head as somebody who ain't never coached in the NFL, but I know that these are bad decisions. This is bad clock management. You don't have a guy on the sideline that's keeping you updated with what's going on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know the down and distance. You don't know the scenario where you should go for 2 versus go for 1. You don't know when it's 4th and 2. Maybe I should go for it because I'm on the 40-yard line in a 1-score game. Like, these decisions led me to believe that he was not trying to win. And then when they did need him to lose, he didn't try to lose. So what are you trying to do? You didn't do anything you tried to do. When you tried to win, you didn't do that. When you tried to lose, you still couldn't do it. What can you do?
The goal was to piss me off so Marlo can come in here every week and talk about my Raiders.
Oh, they did a great job of that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
They
Raiders
understood the
personnel,
assignment.
front office, and I attribute it to Baby Jesus because he loves me. Baby Jesus loves me. This I know because the Bible told me so. So thank you.
It was preordained.
You know what?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
okay.
I can agree. It was
It's
in the cards.
okay. It is okay. My Raiders suck. Fine. The Bucks will forever be mediocrity from here until eternity because they
That's
have a
okay.
quarterback
Oh,
named
thank you.
they have a quarterback that their own season ticket holder called Loft. Lack of fucking talent.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I call a spade a spade. But
I'm just saying.
he has shown glimpses of being a very professional quarterback. It's just not enough.
Wait,
He just
TP,
needs to do it.
we're not gonna let him go. You said a very professional quarterback. You ain't said
Yeah.
good. You ain't said average. You said a very
If you
professional.
are a professional quarterback, you are good in my book.
Real?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Marlo's version of he shows up to work.
No, 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 no. That's you say that. If you are a professional quarterback, that means you come prepared to play the game. He has games where he lights it up. Then,
You know why he lights it up?
because he better, because he knows
No,
if he
no,
looks the
no.
wrong
That's
way
not
in the
it.
stands, it's gonna be a
Hell no.
problem.
Hell no. Mike Evans made him look better than what he is.
Yeah, I can agree.
And when you got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, I would expect numbers to be accrued. And then you have a great defense. So we're not asking you to do everything. Just don't turn the ball over. And he still managed to do that.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Uh-oh.
do it. Not gonna do it at all.
You sure about that?
I'm just
Come on.
yeah,
Hey, come
go mute
on,
myself.
please. Come on, please.
I'm muting myself right now.
Marlo, I just got one
No.
question. I just
Hey,
got one
Marlo, you
question.
can't Tootsie slide out of this one. Come on
Nah,
back.
come on back, Marlo.
I just need to know, is
Oh.
that your quarterback, Marlo? Is that your guy?
First of all, my quarterback and my guy are two different things. Because as long as he is the starting quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he is gonna be my quarterback. But as far as him being my guy, oh shit.
That shit.
It's a lot of quarterbacks I would have rather had, but
Okay,
Baker is not a bad
that's all I
quarterback.
needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear.
He is not a bad quarterback.
He's not
Now,
horrible. But
does he
he's
make
not
you
elite.
scratch your head sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gonna make you scratch your head. But he's not a bad quarterback.
Not as much as Jameis Winston did. Jameis Winston,
Oh my
you have a bald spot in your head from
oh
the
my God. It would be
you have
rubbed
a
raw.
bald spot.
I literally had to apologize to people in my section when Jameis Winston was our quarterback, because I don't think I ever cussed that much in a game, like ever, especially with kids around. It's his fault. It's literally his fault. I was like, blame him. Don't blame me. Blame him.
Oh God.
He
That is
said, "Don't bring
Oh.
your fucking kids around him." That's what he trying to say.
Hey,
If you gonna be at a Buccaneers game, then have your goddamn kids
you're
around
gonna
me.
hear some
Um,
shit.
I'm just saying, they just need to be pre-warned that they may hear something they can't repeat in school.
hey, I don't know if you heard it earlier, but HBCU band talk. Thank you for coming by. I even posted your comment up thinking Marlo would see it. So thank you for coming by.
What happened?
Nothing,
Look
nothing.
at no. Highlight that shit.
Nah, what happened?
Highlight it.
What
Now,
did
why
that
the
say?
fuck would you put that back on the screen? I ain't say a word when I saw it the first time, and
I
you let
wait
these
a minute.
other two
He ain't gonna put it
pump you up to
back.
Um,
put it back.
He
um,
put it back.
I can't see. I'm on my phone, so I can't really see what it said.
It said "Hell Wildcats."
Oh, hell, what? To hell with a wildcat. I agree with him. To hell with a wildcat.
All right.
All the way.
Oh God.
You know how I feel about that. They can start digging. Just get a good shovel. Start digging. When it start getting hot, the hell with the wildcats. Y'all are close to where y'all need to be.
He said when it get hot, keep going.
All right.
You
So
Keep
almost
going just a little bit further.
there.
so
How far
we
down they need to dig?
To the
you
middle.
you'll know. You'll
Closer
To
to
the
the middle.
damn middle.
know. Hey, don't worry, you'll know.
Oh shit!
oh
I'm
God.
done.
Okay, so we are in the era of where people make way, way, way too early predictions on college football.
I'm not even making one.
I ain't there yet. I ain't there yet. Arch is
It
the
we
guy. Hey, look, Arch is the guy. Go Longhorns. Outside of that, I don't know what the fuck to expect.
Hey man, it's another man that's gonna be out there that's throwing like his daddy. I seen a video. Peyton's oldest son, Marshall,
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw that.
bro was dropping bullets.
drums dropping down on that thing.
I just do Eli got Eli got I think Eli got girls. I think
Eli
that's
got
what Eli got.
girls.
Yeah, Eli got
Yeah.
girls. I mean, you can't expect Go Eli to do everything. He can't produce boys and beat the fake goat. Like he did his job.
Oh, there you go.
But um I just asked because I saw something that kind of raised my hackles a little bit when I saw a group of people predict Norfolk State winning the MEAC, and they had Delaware State in second.
Who was in second place this year to me at? Wasn't it Coppin State? No, it was Howard, wasn't
No,
it?
I'm talking about I'm talking about football.
Football. Oh shit. April Fool's joke.
It was that's the whole thing. It wasn't no April Fools. That was the whole thing. I was like, oh,
They
this
was
is
just
kind of
late.
th-
They
here's
was
what I expect to happen in the MEAC unless something crazy happens.
Find you a competent commissioner.
Hell, we need to take our own advice.
You know,
yeah.
Sometimes.
You right yourself. Got us
Hey,
in there.
do y'all see this foolishness that Troy done put up on the stream?
That's what I was laughing at.
What the hell?
I didn't even say nothing wrong.
I know I just sent them people emails. Just sent them people
They be all right.
but no,
They will be all right. Like, I mean, you got to speak truth to power sometimes.
I again, y'all know how I feel about the whole media rights deal. I'm not even shying away from that. That's not even something for us to shy away from, because we're in that era now where every dollar that you can get into the program matters. Every dollar. Um, I am in the midst of trying to do my FAMU Givens Day today, but a certain company, because it didn't have a certain moniker on there, thought it was fraud. So I couldn't, because I didn't have my other phone, I couldn't do my two-factor authentication until I got to the house. Anyway, Kenya, your donation's on the way. I have it there before midnight. Um, and for anybody again
First,
that you go ahead.
my FAMU giving is all the goddamn time. So I ain't wait. I don't have no regular day that they predestined. I done had 3 kids graduate from FAMU. I graduated from FAMU, and I have plenty more nieces, nephews, cousins, all that I didn't send up there to the yard. So they get it out of me.
Well, again, because of what FAMU had done for me, it's easy for me to give back. Also, since I don't have to donate to Florida State right now, I have, extra funds to donate to FAMU.
And every vehicle I own got a FAMU tag, and my trailers.
That man is FAMU all the way down.
Hey, that's how you gotta be.
Yeah, it is what it is. But no, getting back, like I said, I saw that little early prediction, and I felt I was shocked because South Carolina State is still South Carolina State. NCCU is still NCCU. Like, can I be honest with y'all?
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's not like the MEAC is chunking it all over the field.
They ain't got no but 6 teams.
They got South
That's it.
Carolina State all the way effed up. Cause South Carolina State, they look good. They address
But
that
that
quarterback situation.
that's
They gonna surprise the whole. Well, I can't even say they're gonna surprise people. They already know what's coming.
Um,
They're still gonna get belted ass. They go to the Celebration Bowl again.
they are. I mean, and most of
You
this
ain't
stuff.
like
You
Jackson
know
State
what?
go.
Wait.
Jackson
You
State
know
ain't gonna
what?
be there.
You know what?
We
You
gonna
know
be there.
what? Hey, hold up.
yeah, hold
It
on.
might
Since
be
we,
too soon, but I'm gonna say
Y'all can buy tickets.
can Channis Bear win in big games?
so we were speaking to fans at the Celebration Bowl, and the sentiment from the people who were at Southern, I believe, that he does this all the time in big games. And again, I don't have a,
What's the
I
point of hiring a coach and having a team there that's gonna have an amazing season and he gonna goof the shit up when it counts the most?
I don't like, y'all have to tell me. I don't have a large, like, I haven't seen a lot of Chennis Berry games. So my experience is just this year with South Carolina State and the Celebration Bowl. Now, the FAMU game, they lost that game, and it was lost on the sideline.
Yep.
And who is this?
South
Chennis
Carolina
Berry,
State and Channis Bear.
Berry.
Mm.
So I and again, my knowledge of tennis is very limited to this year and the Celebration Bowl, and what those gentlemen was telling me at the Celebration Bowl. I was like, I had no idea. So, um,
When he was at Benedict the year prior to him getting the job at South Carolina, he lost there too. Big game on the line, he lost. And the year before that, it was the same thing. Amazing season,
Nah,
get to where it count, lost.
the first season they went to the playoff, they got blown out.
Yeah.
The year before that, they went to the playoffs. It was more of a close game, but I forgot who they played, but they pulled away late in the fourth quarter. Then last season, it was they got kicked in the teeth from the beginning
Mhm.
to the end.
To the end. It was no they what and I think it was it Robert Morris. Was it Robert Morris? I feel like it was. I'm gonna
What?
check, but I think that last year when he got his teeth kicked in.
No, they remember they played Georgia Southern. No, they played Georgia Southern uh down in Statesboro. They and then they turned back around. They beat the Citadel on the road, and it was a close one.
mhm.
And because remember they only lost 2 games last year to Georgia Southern and to FAMU, which I still say that was some bullshit. But
Of course you do.
the refs helped y'all out, bro.
If you say so.
The Zebras helped you out in that game.
The Zebras don't like us, even in Bragg. What are you talking about? If anything, they lost that game because of the student section. That's why they lost the game. If we keeping it a book, it's the
If
reason why the business team is over there in front of the student section. When those students start looking up what your mom and daddy look like and start saying shit, you gonna lose every time.
I
Don't
just
don't have no public profile. They gonna find
Well, the little motherfucker would say something about my damn. He gonna fight. He gonna
They
fight
bet
you.
you.
they
Yeah,
they bet not come in that in them
Buddy from
down stands.
Alabama State thought he was gonna fight too, and look what happened to him.
Bet
that
not
was
come in them
crazy.
stands.
That was crazy. That was
Shit, I'll be
absolutely
like
crazy.
Isaiah Stewart.
Well,
Who won't beef?
but that being said, my issue here's my issue with the MEAC. The coach that I think has the most ability to win the SWAC, win the MEAC, does not have a quarterback that he trusts to throw the ball. And I don't care what nobody tell me. I don't care what Josh tell me. I don't care what Dia tell me. They do not let um, Walker Ranger throw the football. We've seen it in the Alabama State game and the Orange Blossom Classic. We've seen it in the close game with South Carolina State. We've seen it time and time again. They can blow this open if they throw the ball, and they don't throw the ball. I think what he averaged like 15 passes last year.
Who?
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Nah, he threw like 20. He threw like at least between 20 and 25 passes. But
It just
because they had Jamari Taylor as the running back, he really didn't have to do as much.
against the Alabama State game, he should have been throwing the ball. 100%.
Alabama State fucked themselves up by putting Andrew Body in as a goddamn glorified running back, and he a quarterback.
So I'm gonna be judicious. No, I'm not. I am sick and tired of seeing college programs run little league offenses. And I'm not saying that's what it was. I'm saying maybe it was because of injuries. But what we saw in the Orange Blossom Classic is not what I expected from Alabama State. I expected something totally different from Alabama State. The way we raved about Andrew Body going into the season and how the dual threat quarterback would be able to throw the ball and run the ball, we did not see the throw part of the equation. And I was told by every content creator and everybody that covers the SWAC, oh, this is because of this coach and that coach. I don't care. Coaches coach to the talent that they have. I'm sorry. Good coaches coach to the talent that they have. And I'm sorry if I'm being critical, but a spade is a spade. You have Andrew Body.
Mm-hmm.
Should have been the guy.
AKA Mr. Glass.
And
Everybody said this boy was good until they saw him get hit in the mouth.
Mr. Glass.
Well, put it like this: his freshman year, nobody didn't know anything about him. You got that tape on him the next year,
injury.
injury. But that was toward the end of the game. That was toward the end of the game in the last game of the season, which, you know, truth be told, I don't know if it's his fault or not, but hey, it is what it is.
I don't
He
I'm not gonna blame the player on that. I think if you have a player that is injury prone, you do things to protect them. Watching a player run, what was it was like the first 10 plays he ran like 5 or 6 of them.
mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it just didn't feel right. It felt like we was missing something. And if we gonna talk about Bama State, we gotta talk about Grambling State because you had the preseason player of the year as your quarterback.
False.
And what?
False.
Miles Crowley was not a bad quarterback. He was a very good quarterback until last year. And we know we can attribute it to. So,
Egg drop Dooley.
Gucci suit.
man is the best dressed man in the SWAC.
Coach
So,
Gucci suit.
Gucci
but
suit.
you
Oh
know,
no. Dooley one not dressing Willie, man.
man. So Marlo, don't flip out.
My girl said
On
tread lightly on Grambling.
um, so on Orange Blossom Classic weekend, that school in Daytona is also playing FIU. I
So
think just why? Just why?
I ain't flipping out, but I don't even know why that's news. At least hopefully they got enough money in their budget to not have to take city buses down there, and they could get on a charter.
Damn.
I mean, hell, just put them on the bright line, the railroad. Just put them right there. Just make a
Nope,
ride
because
that down.
that mean they would have to come to Orlando first, and we don't need that stank in the city. Keep their ass on that side of Florida, and we all right.
Talking about Bethune. I already know why. I know why I'm breaking up now.
And you keep bringing it up.
I was bringing it up because it's a good football weekend. You have 2 college games
Man, it ain't a good
within.
football.
No hell. We ain't finna let you just sit here and say that. Good football means that you got good teams playing. So
Competitive.
You can see 2 college football games within 40 miles of each other on the same weekend.
Oh
yeah,
Lord.
I wouldn't
Who
really
the hell
say
paying to watch Bethune get beat that bad?
Bethune, of course.
They don't even go see Bethune play.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna move right along to my plea to the
well,
SWAC.
they probably go to their own home games, but they gotta
No, they
get
don't.
second shot.
They don't. They don't.
They
They
gotta
don't
get
go to their
second
own.
shot.
They don't go to their own home games. They don't come to the classics. I don't know what the hell them people do.
Whew. Um, wow. So, um, getting back to the SWAC, there is a big game going on in baseball this weekend in Jackson, Mississippi. This is my plea to the SWAC Digital Network to broadcast that game.
Both games. Both games. Both
Both
games.
games.
And who is this?
We play y'all in softball and baseball
On
this weekend.
baseball this weekend.
Oh shoot, that's gonna be a nice.
Baseball in Tallahassee, softball in Jackson. So both games
So,
should be available somewhere.
and Rattlers, don't be mad at me, but I hate Rattlers Plus. I hate
I hate
paying
it
for
too.
it. There is sidearm sports is a scourge on college athletics. I would
Mhm.
rather it be on the mothership than be on mothership ESPN 3 than be on sidearm sports. I am sorry. The software developed me in me be getting pissed off every time I open the app up. I get mad when the notification that I paid them $9 come out, and I'm only doing it because I love FAMU. But
You ain't
that,
alone. You are not alone.
but that being said, it needs to be like somebody needs to step up. If we can't get it on the SWAC Digital Network, it needs to be on ESPN. And I don't, and just be mad at me. I don't know the last time I saw a softball or baseball game on Rattlers Plus. I could be wrong, but
Uh-uh.
I haven't seen one recently on Rattlers Plus.
Nah, I
So
think the last game I watched it was on some other app. Like somebody
yeah,
might have had their phone and just went live. It was pretty good. Like when the softball team played up in
yeah.
Atlanta that weekend. I saw almost every game. But
So, but that being said, um, so make sure I grab. Let me go ahead and do this closing. Um, for those who know or don't know, I'm kind of going through a health issue. I need every man over 35 to make sure that you get checked for prostate cancer. It is one of our quiet killers, and it's only killing us because we do not properly get checked. I'm going through it now. Been through it before. First time I was scared as I don't know what. This time I'm not so scared. Um, but it puts things in perspective because I was just going to the doctor for something minor, and it ended up being something major. And I don't want anybody to feel like I'm not taking it seriously. I am. It's just my faith in God and the fact that I communicate with my doctors and they tell me where I am. I have more confidence in what I need to do going forward and to make sure that I'm here for the next 20 years for my kids. So please, if you're a wife or girlfriend watching this, if he has not gone to get checked, make it an issue. If there's anything you want to nag him about in your life, it's this. Don't let that go. That's not something that we'll talk about that later. No, 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 no. You're over 35 when you get that check. So I don't have a whole lot for y'all. Again, lead with love. Take sports seriously. Donate to your causes. As always, like and subscribe, comment, and I'm out. All right, Doc, what you got for us this week?
Oh, I got a couple of things for this week, man. Holy jeez! First and foremost, yesterday I really did check my Twitter. Yesterday I was chilling. I was at work to be exact, and I get on Twitter and I see people commenting about Doc Holliday, and I'm like, hey, Hey, I didn't. I'm still here. In fact, I'm tweeting y'all live from at work while I'm checking out these customers right here. Right? Um, you know, somebody got it confused and thought they was talking about me or the other guy who goes by the name Doc Holliday that's in Memphis, who's a news sportscaster in Memphis. But no, they was talking about Val Kilmer, who suddenly passed away the other day at the age of 65. Don't know from what it did, from what it was. But he also played Doc Holliday in one of my favorite Western movies, Tombstone. And he was a character in there. But we also got to remember Val Kilmer also played the Batman role, in the up to date Batman series. Also, um, in some other things. If I'm not mistaken, was he in Interview with a Vampire? I think he was. Yes, he was in Interview with a Vampire. But uh, thank you to Miss Danny, because she was at the clear the air because she said they were gonna tear Twitter a new asshole if they found out something would have happened to me. But I am alive and well, as y'all see me on the screen right here. But also let me get into it. Shout out to my Mavericks because we got everybody that's came back healthy and said, "Fuck y'all, we ain't playing it. We not tanking. We gonna try to play for the play-in. We playing for the play-in." Um, Derek Lively came back last night, his first game. Daniel Gafford came back. His second game, AD came back. It was his sixth game. He put up 34-15, hit the winning shot last night in good old fashion. I like what I see from this team. I love what I see from my Mavericks. We're going to build on it. Wait till get Kyrie back. And, when he comes back off this injury, hey, it's going to be up there. And last but not least, as y'all know, it was a reports out here in North Texas, in Frisco, at a track meet that a young man got unalived by another young man because the so-called aggressor, was sitting under the tent of the rival high school. Now, I would say this: Frisco has 13 high. I think they have 14 high schools now. Most of these schools are within a mile and a half radius from each other. So it's not hard that you're gonna run into some of these folks, when you go home from school and stuff like that, when you go to school. Centennial Memorial sits like 2 miles from each other. They're not really big rivals, but as far as when it comes to Frisco high schools, they are. Um, Young man got stabbed. Austin Metcalf got stabbed at a high school track meet, and he unfortunately did not make it from from his injuries. The other young man, um, unfortunately named Carmelo Anthony, um, was taken in by um, Frisco PD, and he's pretty much going to be tried as an adult here in the state of Texas, for not copping a murder, but I think more like on a manslaughter. They might say it's on a manslaughter charge, but um, it's sad to see that even at track meets, um, we can't um, have something where something always, have a good thing where something always happen. Um, I will say, to me, just stop the violence. It's not what it is. Um, it ain't a good look. because, of course, here in the state of Texas, and especially here in Dallas County, you know, you do the crime, you end up in Lew Sterrett, the county jail, and you'll do the time until it's time for you to go to court, and they use you as an example out there. But other than that, I'm just letting folks know I'm alive and well. I'm here. You know, still crash out on your kids. It helps. It's still fuck Governor Hot Wheels. It's still Jack State by 40. And it's still um we the Swags Daddy. I'm Doc Holliday and I approve this message.
Okay, because I got flack last week because I be setting people up. Jamal, what you got for us this week?
It wasn't no flack. I was just saying. I felt like it was because I always said something crazy. I'm gonna say something crazy this week. It is basketball season. We are at both ends of the college season, in the middle of the NBA. WNBA is right around the corner. NFL draft's right around the corner. But I'm talking as a basketball fan. I still got Florida winning it all for the men.
Fuck
Women's
Florida.
side, of course. But hey, women's side, I'm not so settled. Do I want Dawn Staley to win it? Absolutely. But do I want Paige to get one? Just so she can separate herself from them goddamn corn eaters and Caitlin Clark. Absolutely. But on the flip side, I hope Gino loses his goddamn car keys. I hope he can't never find his motherfucking shoes. I hope every time he pick up a cup to drink out the straw, it magically falls on his shirt. But no, absolutely, I have zero faith in Texas winning this at all. I don't think Madison Booker has the mental fortitude and stability to get this team all the way to a championship game at all. That's my take on the women's side. Same thing for the women's side. Is 3 weeks ago, I said whatever WNBA team that did not call Lisa Leslie back to fuck you, y'all have just been fucked. Because I am thoroughly convinced that Dawn Staley is bringing home staff next season to coach her beat. She been with them this whole tournament. She been staying at her house. She been sitting right behind the bench coaching up the beat for all tournament. So you hoes lost out on a good coach. Um, See, I ain't gonna say nothing too crazy this week. Fuck Donald Trump, punch a motherfucking Nazi, crash out when people got you fucked up. I am Lord Jamal.
I want to apologize to that. I was for some reason, I don't know why this app doesn't like me, so I lost some connection. So if you see us lose the solo, it's because of me. That was my fault.
Shout out
TP.
to Jasmine Crockett. And shout out to Cory Booker for that great filibuster the other day.
Absolutely. 25 hours to dethrone Norman, to dethrone Strom, bitch ass. One day I'm gonna give a history lesson. I might start doing that at the end of my rants. That's a random ass historical fact.
Don't he got some black kids? Oh, you know what? Never mind.
Nah, hey, we trying to go home.
Yo,
We trying to go home.
Um, so real quick before I have TP come to the stage. The United States has been awarded the Women's World Cup in 2031.
I'll
I'm gonna
be
try
there.
and get Marlo. I'm gonna try and get Marlo to go so I can see him absolutely crash out. That's gonna be amazing.
I'll be there.
TP, sir, what you got for us this week?
It's been a long time, Rockies fans. Been a long time.
Oh,
Been a
there
long.
you go.
It's been 7 years since we won 50 games. We just accomplished it. It's a big thing. I mean, we back. We have a young core. Seguin, Green, Hill, Dillon, Van Vliet. Fucks with them. They balling. We haven't had anything to be excited about in a long time in Rocket Land. But we can be excited this year. We got the 2 seed Rockets. Highest seed we finished one, I think, in 2017. Was and we won 60 games that year. But hell of a season so far. We're gonna end up playing one of these playing teams, 2-7. If we can hold on, there's only 5 games left. So we just gotta finish strong, go into the playoffs with our head up high, and keep doing what we've been doing all season. We've been beating the people that they said we shouldn't beat. I feel like we able to win any game we got, go out there and play. With that being said, Shy and Oklahoma City, they amazing season. Amazing. I mean, if they win out, that's 70 games. They got 6 games left. If they're able to win out, that would be crazy. But they're already on the 11-game win streak. So potentially I see Rockets versus OKC in the Western Conference Finals. And again, like I said, we can beat anybody they put us on the court against. If we go out there and play the way we've been playing, I see no reason why we can't be successful. So this is it was a regime change, because we all remember back when we had Mike D'Antoni and James Harden. They were putting up numbers, but we weren't playing defense. We play defense now. It's a little bit different team. It's a different vibe around it. We go out there and we're scrappy. We have a bench. We have the tools needed to be successful in the NBA playoffs. I don't think there's been a repeat champion in the past 8 years, and I don't think Boston repeats. They've had a good season so far. If I'm not mistaken, they are the 1 seed. No, they're the 2 seed. So they're not even the best in their conference. Cleveland, they shocked me because I thought that I didn't know if they was for real or not when they started the season super hot. But they've continued on. They won over 60 games. A few games left, but they have had an amazing season as well. Going into the NBA playoffs, I think it's going to be a very fun thing to watch. The season, I get it gets watered down at times. We see a lot of no defense played, a lot of players playing with no heart. That changes come playoff time. Every game matters. And that's when I'm tuned in. That's when I'm watching all the games. I'm watching, even if it ain't the Rockets, because let's be honest, in the last 7 years, Rockets ain't been in the playoffs, so I ain't even had to worry about watching them. But this year, I'm going to be watching my boys, and hopefully we able to get it done, get to a Western Conference Finals. Whoever we have to go against, we beat them, we get to the championship. I forgot what a championship feel like as a Rockets fan. It's been 30 years. Yeah, it's been 30 years since the Rockets made it to the NBA Finals. So I think we there. It's about that time. So appreciate y'all for watching. Oh, on the March Madness tip, before I get out of here, Houston versus Auburn in the final. Houston finally gets over the hump and gets a championship. That's my prediction. That's what I'm sticking to, and we're gonna see if it pan out that way. But thank y'all for watching Gathering and Vote Man podcast. It's your boy TP, and I will see y'all next week, same time, same place. Thank you for watching.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the incomparable, often imitated, but never duplicated. It is Mullo. Sir. Oh, Jesus. What you got for us this week?
Well, is this a safe space? Can I just rap a tick?
Go ahead.
I have a daughter that is playing flag football, and I don't miss a game. I'm always there. But the disrespect that these parents show these kids by not showing up for them, whether you agree with what they're doing or not, if they show the interest and put the effort in to going out there and playing their hearts out, to look in the stands and see me sprinkle with a couple other parents when it's 30 kids on a team, is disrespectful. Like I want to call a parent meeting, but I don't even know if they'll show up. I feel like had these been boys and they playing tackle football, it'll be a lot more parents in the stands. Like my daughter played today. Even in the visiting side, it was senior night. And just about the only parents that were there were the parents for the seniors. I think that as parents, you show up for your kids. No matter what previous engagement you got, you make it happen. Like the games start from at 6 o'clock for JV. Varsity plays right after that. If you can't make it to the field by 7 o'clock, you're doing something else other than working. Now, if you are that parent that works late night and you know that you can't make it because you have to provide for your child, that's understood. But all 30 of them girls don't have parents with that situation. And it shows in their attitude. The ones who parents shows up, they don't be out there tripping on the field, cussing, doing all this other extra stuff. It's the ones who parents ain't there. So my rant this week is to encourage. If you're a girl dad or you have a daughter that's out and in any activity, support them. Go out there, even if you don't understand the sport or the game that they chose to play. Just support them because you love them. And I think you'll see better results. These girls are out there playing flag football. They ain't out wearing little to nothing, chasing behind no boys. And most of them are good students. So those are the girls I choose to celebrate. So this is just me and in my safe space expressing my thoughts on a season that it isn't even a long season. So a couple games. I haven't missed one, and these girls don't get supported the way they should. So that's my time. I hope everybody have a great week. And fuck Bethune Cookman. One of the kids out there, one of the seniors, was talking about they going through to Bethune, and I booed her ass. I ain't lying. I booed her ass from the visitor stand.
Oh man! Hey, shout out to again. One more shout out. Shout out to Christian Ings from Norfolk State for winning the college slam dunk contest tonight.
I mean, wasn't he the favorite though?
I
It
guess
should have
so.
been ESPN #1 like twice, but I'm just spitballing. Don't mind me.
Hey, anybody watch the McDonald's All American game last night?
Nah,
That boozer kid.
Did anybody see Elijah Arenas put dude on the damn skates last night?
Yeah, we gonna talk about that
but
on
I
Tuesday
think I
because
put the slowed down version of that in the group chat.
Hey, that boy
Motherfucker
is
carried like a motherfucker.
Hey, that boy gonna be a problem.
if they
Yo,
don't
these
call
new
rules,
rules that
yeah.
don't call shit. He carried like a. I counted 2 carries and the travel in one play.
They did call it though. They had Stevie Wonder eyes.
Man, ESPN need to bring back that
He
commercial.
be
Don't
what?
walk. But
Hey, they saying Stevie can see.
man, we not gonna go down that rabbit hole. For everybody here at the Gathering of Old Men
Stevie
podcast, Fat Mouth,
Wonder see in black.
But everybody here, we are out. Jeez.
Every week you saw.